And our next speaker is Jeanette Brown. She's a retired physician. She's 64 years old. She receives care with Dr. Boxer at UCSF and was diagnosed in March of 2016. Is that right? She's also participating in a clinical trial, and she had a research career as a physician. So she's in the early stages of PSP, no longer driving. She's very open to people contacting her. She's actually very instrumental in, and along with the Brain Support Network, in starting a support group for those who have the diagnosis of PSP or CBS or CBD. And they've had a couple of those meetings thus far. And she also wanted to put a plug in for the support group that meets for caregivers of people with PSP and CBD. I think there have been some notices of that going off throughout the day. So, Dr. Brown.
Thank you. So, I've been at UCSF since 1987, and I had a long and prosperous career that I had many papers, many NIH grants, and spoke often at NIH and international meetings. I was chair of multiple NIH review committees and director of the UCSF Women's Health Clinical Research Center. I was also director of a specialized center of research on urinary incontinence and director of urogynecology. And I received the Mentor of Year Award in 2011. Thank you. Now I'm retired and not what I expected. Shortly after diagnosis, I retired. And I was a professor in residence 7 at UCSF. And there was no multitasking. As you can imagine, I had to do lots of multitasking to help with all those grants and papers and so on. And I've moved to San Francisco, a condo with an elevator, and we moved near family. And I've placed grab bars in our bathroom, and we're having a walk-in shower in our other bathroom. And I was fortunate because I had 3 car accidents in 3 months, but no one was injured. And my primary doc was concerned and sent me to neurology, and the neurologist was concerned and sent me to the UCSF Memory and Aging Center. And Dr. Boxer made the diagnosis. It was difficult to hear, but he is a world expert. And I was offered a phase 2 clinical trial, which I'm involved in now. And I haven't driven since 3 of 2015. I have slow speech and an inability to write, and I'm down to 1 finger with lots of mistakes as far as typing. And I was a very fast typer. My balance is wobbly, and I have to be careful. I'm tired, and I must nap every day. I have vision problems and I have prisms. I think that this is correct. So I think these are many of the symptoms that you have or have experienced. And the feelings I have with this is I'm sad and worried and fearful, which I've never been fearful before. And I'm anxious and powerless and disillusioned and indecisive. I've turned all of my finances over to my partner, Stephanie, who's done a great job. And I'm incapable of doing all the things I used to do. And I went to Machu Picchu with my brother in January, and I returned from a Viking River cruise, a grand European tour with my partner recently. And now is the time, and I want to emphasize, now is the time to go with someone and always get assistance at the airport for travel. And I didn't need any assistance in January or September when I went with my brother. Travel now or do whatever you want to do, because you will have multiple symptoms, and enjoy the moment not to live your diagnosis, and one day at a time. Get your finances in order and PT and OT before you really need it, and prepare your family and yourself for the inevitable decline. And questions, I'm open to questions now, or you can contact me, and I put my email up there. And we've started a support group in San Francisco. Join us. And we meet at Cafe Roma at 526 Columbus in North Beach, the third Tuesday of the month at 11:30. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask now or contact me. I'm happy to answer them.